Hey, my name is Sam. I'm the programmer and designer.
Hey, this is Jonathan. I'm the 3D artist and designer.
One of our ambitions when making Cornerstone was to make the world as physically believable as possible. Easier said than done.
Yeah, like making a game with a lot of physics requires a lot of extra work, much more than we thought when we first started. We were like, yeah, we were gonna make this physical world and everything is just gonna be awesome. But making an actual game out of that was definitely a challenge. When we started making this game, we wanted like physics is dynamic, and together with that we wanted something. We wanted a lot of freedom with the story and so on. We wanted like a non-linear progression as much as we could, though. But that was also a pretty big challenge to make that work in a good way together with having a story and non-linear.
I guess our goal is kind of like the Rockstar approach in their GTA games, where you have like a few choices, but eventually they all lead to the same place. But at least you get that freedom to do it in whatever order you want.
Exactly.
Another important feature we tried to nail this time was crafting. In the beginning we thought we would have both an inventory and a crafting system, but the inventory ended up feeling redundant, so we just stuck with a strict crafting system.
Which worked pretty well with our physics idea with the game, to like not have like stuff in your inventory, but like all your inventory would just be like stuff that you had to craft. To be able to craft it, you had to also
gather resources, and I have the blueprint for it, of course. But like the idea was also that we wanted all the objects to be physical. We didn't want like these abstract inventory objects that you navigated through. Rather, we wanted everything to have a physical representation in the world.
And like when we designed the game, we designed the obstacles to be as dynamic as possible. So like you could use the hang glider or a crate or a boom barrel, like depending on like what your playstyle was and what you could afford at the moment.
Yeah. Obviously this ended up being very challenging too, but we hope we found a good middle ground.
The physics in the environment, we still have a lot of physics right now, but we basically toned it down more and more as development progressed, because we wanted to make the gameplay more tight. And all of this, of course, it affected like the combat a lot, which we didn't think a lot about like in the beginning, that all the physics would affect the combat in this way that it does now.
Yeah, like balancing, like throwing an object, for example. Like you can't have every table break into 10 different pieces when you throw it at an enemy, so it's hard to foresee all the crazy things players can do, you know?
In the beginning, basically all of the objects could break. Like everything that you could pick up and everything like in the environment could break. But we realized like after a battle with an enemy, like the scene would practically be empty because we would have broken everything. So we realized that was a bit too powerful, and it made the game look not as good either, though.
Yeah, you could kind of ruin it for yourself, I guess. And I guess back to crafting, all our weapons can break, so it kind of forces you to try different types of combat, where you have to use a weapon you wouldn't necessarily choose as your first choice. But we felt this was important, so you don't like only experience 10% of the game.